In other news, Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte is set to become the next Secretary General of NATO after his only rival dropped out of the race. Romania's president informed the military alliance that he was withdrawing his bid at the end of last week. While Mr. Rutte is now the only remaining candidate in the race, he is yet to be officially confirmed by member states. When Mark Rutte moves into his office at NATO, he won't get much of a honeymoon period. He has been running the EU's fifth largest economy for 14 years, and he's widely praised as an effective consensus builder. But even for a seasoned politician, the next chapter of his political career, many experts argue, won't be a walk in the park. Let's actually take you through the top 5 challenges he'll have to deal with. Well, 4 weeks after Mark Rutte starts his new job, Americans, they go to the polls and could re-elect Donald Trump, a NATO skeptic. On the campaign trail, Trump has threatened to cut US aid to Ukraine if he gets back into the White House. And if he follows through, it could deal a severe blow to NATO allies' credibility in helping Ukraine defend itself against Russia, given that the US has actually, by far, been the biggest military aid donor to Kyiv. As soon as Mark Rutte enters office, Ukraine will be calling him for help as winter approaches. Over recent months, as you know, Russia has stepped up strikes against Ukraine's thermal power plants and dams, infrastructure that actually takes months, if not years, to fully repair. NATO this week celebrated a record-breaking number of allies reaching the 2% of GDP target on defense spending, 23. Indeed, the Netherlands just passed that threshold this year after years of falling short. But this means a third of the alliance is still not hitting the mark, despite making that pledge 10 years ago. Also, countries bordering Russia are not Rutte's biggest fans. They were quite angry about low Dutch defense spending and are particularly upset that the top role at NATO has always gone to a Western or Northern European, even though Eastern flank countries have been in the alliance for a quarter of a century. But it's not just Trump whom Mark Rutte will have to convince to keep NATO alive and well. Across Europe, NATO skeptic and Putin-loving far-right parties are blossoming. So it's fair to say that one thing he doesn't need to fear: his new job will not be boring.